The reason for this video is a little particular. Then I wanted to share with you what happened to this bike that came to me in the workshop. A necessary premise before the insults and stadium choruses are unleashed. What happened to this bike could happen to any bike, or in the workshop other bikes of other brands, even non-European, that have not, say, the same problem but have had trouble. I want to point out that mechanical failures can happen to any brand and to any motorcycle. This is a bit of a borderline case, clearly, and in a moment you will understand why. It's a borderline case because this bike literally had its engine explode, and I'm not just saying now we're going to pull it up and take a look at it already. So there is some pretty obvious clues to the disaster. For example, I see here there are pieces of the crankcase. This is the starter motor. It shouldn't be doing that now. I'm going to pull you closer and we'll look together. We remove the starting motor, which, by the way, is hanging down. We unplug it, we pull it down, and we start to disassemble some stuff around it. And we see to look inside to see what happened. The motor clearly doesn't want to come out, so I'll have to open the crankcase on the other side by necessity. Let's start by draining the liquid. I've already removed that pump guard that was here, removed the cap. No liquid comes out clearly because the circuit is closed, that is not taking air, the radiator cap is closed. If I opened it now, it would come out a crazy stream. And therefore I get air. For example, from this sleeve so much, I have to disassemble everything because it has to be changed. The engine removed and put another one, there will be so to disassemble. What a hell. Okay, while it drips, I start to disassemble a little something around here. Okay. Then now there is to open all the screws of the crankcase. I thought if I could disconnect it. That devil of a stator, I was happier, at least I could pull off the crankcase and the connector I'm looking for. Goes in a very remote position. I have to go look for it. I look for it and disconnect it. I have to pull it all down. Okay, now it's all disassembled and I freed the crankcase, we opened it up, although actually while I was poking around that I was disconnecting the oil cooler hoses. The motor obviously came down and the condition is this, look, what a beating it took. This motor here demolished. By now we open it anyway, come on. I don't know why I didn't wear gloves this time, whatever. Here it is. Now, okay. No, come on, this one's intact, thank God. Let's disconnect the oil lines, let's disconnect the exhaust and go poke around inside the crankcase. Let's see what the heck we find. I'm almost scared. The situation, I think, is pretty embarrassing. Look at this stuff. Practically opened a hole under the crankcase. Mamma mia, guys. Terrible. You can see the other side practically almost. This is the part where the starter motor was attached. So here it broke through the crankcase and also broke through the starter motor. What a thing. Really missing pieces of motor. And go look inside. See if I can make it in the meantime fall. Pieces. Practically a connecting rod is missing. Practically a connecting rod is missing. You can see one into the side. You can see the shaft where the connecting rod was supposed to be, but there is, but what did it pull out? What a piece of the crankcase. Let me see if I can fish something else out. Yes, maybe I found the connecting rod washout. Go figure. I am really bashful disaster. Look at that disaster. Mamma mia, what a disaster. It's nice that attached here was the piston, so I wonder now the piston. Now I wonder how the piston got a screw of connecting rod. This is a connecting rod screw. But what a bent thing. These things unfortunately can happen. They shouldn't. But unfortunately they do happen. And I repeat, can happen to any bike of any brand. This bike has an engine made to grind miles, and really so many thousands of miles. It was acquired used this year. So we don't even know actually if the miles are those, how it was kept first. Key thing, how maintenance was done. First, it is on this that I'm a little afraid anyway. Let's see if there will be a follow-up with the opening of the engine, I think. So now I'm going to get to work because there is really a bang to do. It doesn't look like it. But this bike here, there is so much stuff that I have to take it down, put it on the other. It won't be a piece of cake. So I'll throw the bands as always and I'll get to work. I thank you for watching the video so far. And if it's your first time stumbling upon my channel, I would suggest you go take a look at the various content, to various videos, the playlists look at. And if the content is to your liking, why not subscribe from that little red button there in the bottom right-hand corner. And you subscribe, you would collaborate like that and you would contribute more to grow the channel. Also for this video, extra is always see you at the next hello, and thank you.